You have sat in the room, or watched the video, or bought the course, and for about 48 hours you felt genuinely different, energized, clear, like this time something had actually shifted. And then Tuesday arrived, and you were exactly who you were before. So the question is not whether motivation speakers are fake. The real question is far more uncomfortable than that. Why does it work? And then stop working every single time. And here's the part nobody warns you about. The very fact that you are watching this video right now, that might be a part of the problem. Stay with me. Let us start with what is actually happening in the room. A skilled motivation speaker does something genuinely impressive. They create a peak emotional state through storytelling, through music, through crowd energy, through carefully timed pauses and perfectly crafted language. Your brain releases a flood of dopamine, the same chemical that fires when you fall in love, when you win something, when something finally clicks. It is real. That feeling is completely real. But here's what nobody in that room tells you. Dopamine is not a plan. Dopamine is a signal. It says, this matters. Move toward this. But it does not tell you how. It does not build the system. It does not remove the obstacles that stopped you before you walked in. So you leave the room flooded with signal and absolutely zero structure to carry it anywhere. Within 48 to 72 hours, the dopamine fades. The obstacles are still there. The system is still missing. And you wonder what is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are handed fuel with no engine to put it in. Now, here's where the industry gets uncomfortable. Notice what happens on stage. Every speaker has a story of failure. They were broke, they were broken, they hit rock bottom and clawed their way back. And it moves you because it feels real and vulnerable and human. But here is what you are not seeing. Those stories are rehearsed. Every pause is practiced. Every emotional beat is engineered. Every moment of apparent vulnerability is a calculated tool for building trust with a room full of strangers. That is not an accident. That is a script, and it works. Not because the speaker is being authentic, but because your brain cannot tell the difference between genuine vulnerability and performed vulnerability when it is done well enough. Then there is the survivor bias. Every motivation speaker on that stage is telling you the same thing. I did it, so you can too. What they are not telling you is about the thousands of people who followed the exact same advice, applied the exact same principles, attended the exact same events, and are not on that stage because they did not make it. Not because they lacked belief, but because belief alone was never going to be enough. The speaker survived, built a platform around surviving, and now sells the story of survival to people who are still in the middle of it. That is survivor bias dressed as inspiration. And the context problem: wake up at 5 a.m., invest in yourself, take massive action. These are real principles. They work for a specific type of person in a specific type of situation with a specific type of safety net underneath them. They do not work the same way for someone working 2 jobs trying to pay rent. Advice without context is not advice. It is a fantasy sold to people who cannot currently afford the lifestyle required to execute it. And the most uncomfortable truth of all, watching a motivational video feels like doing something. It gives you a dopamine hit of progress without requiring any actual change. You finish the video feeling capable, inspired, ready, and then you watch another one because the feeling is easier than the work. That is productive procrastination, and the motivation industry is built on it. Not maliciously, not always consciously, but structurally. A model that requires you to keep coming back for the feeling is a model that profits from you never actually changing. So what actually works? Not motivation, not the feeling that everything is possible. What works is the quiet, unglamorous process of designing your life so the right actions happen automatically, whether you feel motivated or not. The people who actually change and stay changed are not the ones who felt the most in the room. They are the ones who left and immediately built something, a system, a routine, one change behavior that did not require them to feel anything to execute. Motivation got them to the starting line. Architecture carried them across the finish. So are motivation speakers legit? Some are genuinely gifted at collapsing resistance at exactly the right moment for exactly the right person. Most are selling a feeling with a 48-hour expiry date. Almost none are giving you what you need after the feeling fades, which is a system, which is exactly what this channel is built to give you. Not the feeling that you can change, the actual design for how. Subscribe, because the next video is going to show you what the most consistent people in the world do instead of getting motivated. And it will take you less than 5 minutes to understand. spideygotRM. Spidey got remade.